Well, when filming this 30 for 30, I knew it would be important to not only get the atmosphere of Maycomb, but the backstory of what led up to this climactic and unfortunate event. And I knew that we would need experts to prove to people the point we were trying to make. Hello, and welcome to this episode of 30 for 30, Throwback Edition. What if I told you that it took 60 seconds to make a man, a myth, and a devil? In this special episode of 30 for 30, we will have experts come in to share their thoughts on the man, the myth, and the devil.
Hello, my name is Dr. Harvey von Reinhard Schwarzengruben. Now, I am an expert in child psychology, a doctor in fact. Now, to talk about the events that occurred on October 31st, we must look at the children involved in this event. Now, first we must understand that this was a maturing moment for Jem Finch and for young Scout. Now, first with Jem. He has saved a life in this event, that of his sister, and he has also survived a very traumatic incident. In this case, the maturing event that occurs is saving his sister's life. This brings him to the status of adulthood. Now, Scout, she has survived a traumatic event as well, but it has also been at the cost of her brother, who broke his arm. This is a very, how would you say, maturing moment for her, too, because she understands now the struggles of adulthood life. And these events that occurred are truly tragic, but in hindsight, the maturing effects that they had on these children may have actually been a positive thing. So, as we see, this made a man out of Jem. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Jim Lee Blanchard. I'm a resident of Macomb County. Now, on the night of October the 31st, I believe I was in bed. I can't quite recall. Most of my time is spent in the field. But I do recall one thing about that night. It was unusually hustle and bustle, you know. The pageant at the school and what happened to those Finch kids. Boy, oh boy. Now, one thing I did hear about that is about that fella named Boo Radley. Never really heard about him much. He's said to have killed his father, you know. That kid's bad news. I mean, I don't know much about him, and I certainly don't know much about him coming out of the house, but that night it said he did. And it said that he helped those Finch kids, not that he hurt them, like Mr. Yule. I don't know. Whatever happened, it'll remain a mystery. My name is Officer Rick Hobart, and I work for the Alabama State Police Department. On the night of October the 31st, I responded to a call of children being attacked by an unknown assailant. Upon responding and arriving on scene, the assailant was identified as one Robert E. Lee Yule, and the two victims were Scout Finch, aka Jean Louise Finch, and Jem Finch. Now, we were able to conclude that Mr. Robert E. Lee Yule was the assailant because, from what I understood, he had fallen on his own knife during the assault and subsequently killed himself. The children were mostly unharmed. Jem Finch had a broken arm, and Scout was a little shaken up, but it turned out all right. But the more important thing to understand about this assault is that it had been building for weeks. Now, Mr. Robert E. Lee Yule and Atticus Finch, the father of the children, were not very good friends. In fact, they really hated each other. Atticus Finch is a local lawyer and represented Mr. Tom Robinson. He is said to have assaulted Mayella Yule, Bob's daughter. Tom Robinson, now, he's a black man. And Bob Yule, feeling insulted by Atticus Finch, a fellow white man, threatened violence against the Finch family and had been doing so for weeks. The threats had been shrugged off mostly, and the result is this unfortunate event that we see here. And, pray that things like this never happen in our society again.